Turns out Devin Haney's back for round 2. Instead of trying to settle it in the ring, he's trying to settle it in court.
It's Devin Haney and his dad against the whole boxing community, and they are not going to win. He's trying his best to ruin Ryan Garcia's reputation, but by his own actions, he's ruined his own reputation.
There's a saying within the court of public opinion. They don't care that Ryan Garcia was on Pez. They just assume that Devin Haney is inferior to Ryan Garcia.
You look at his comment section and it's just filled with people saying you couldn't dodge that left hook.
Like it or not, the rematch between Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney would be one of the most watched and one of the most lucrative rematches we've seen in modern day boxing. We finally got, I think, one of the biggest, most anticipated fights in influencer boxing. AnesonGib as he takes on Slim, the Hitman. Supposedly, this fight is scheduled to be an 8-rounder.
All right, this is a really big fight. It's kind of like a 50-50 fight.
Welcome back to another episode of the Last Round Podcast, where we cover everything from traditional boxing to influencer boxing and everything in between. In today's episode, we'll be going over the controversial lawsuit from Devin Haney to Ryan Garcia in regards of their April showdown. As well, we'll be talking and discussing about the mega fight of Misfits featuring AnesonGib as he takes on Slim the Hitman. But before we dive into the episode, make sure to like and subscribe and follow us on all forms of social media. And lastly, don't forget to join our Discord. We're trying to build up a community, and the best way to get in contact is by joining the server. Everything that I mentioned is in the link in the description below. But now getting into the episode, I think there's no big boxing fight that really happened besides the Top Rank on Friday. But besides that, there's no big thing that happened besides the Devin Haney lawsuit. Now that one was crazy. It came out of nowhere. I mean, I thought we were kind of behind the drama that came from that whole spiel of the fight, you know, the post during the fight and after. But turns out Devin Haney's back for round 2. And instead of trying to settle it in the ring, he's trying to settle it in court.
Yeah, we got a new chapter in that storyline. You know, it's kind of crazy. I never expected it for this to turn into a legal battle. But it's also interesting the whole boxing community see what they think about it, because I think everyone is kind of surprised. Like, what the hell is going on? Is this like really a thing?
Yeah, a lot of people are very much surprised. It was kind of out of left field, because I would have never have imagined Devin Haney suing Ryan Garcia. I think that's not really even common. I think this could have been like the first time a boxer sues another boxer.
I think we're forgetting Logan Paul and Dylan Dennis.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
I think that was the first one, the pioneer.
Yeah, so it's pretty interesting to see what people have been saying online.
Yeah, I feel like it's the main thing. I think is the criticism. I mean, it's back.
Yeah.
This was the biggest thing that Devin Haney suffered, besides the physical ass whooping that Ryan Garcia hit him with, was the absolute hate and criticism that he's been taking online. You look at his comment section and it's just filled with people saying you couldn't dodge that left hook. You couldn't dodge that left hook. And now it's just like ramped up times 3. Like, these memes are going viral on Instagram, on X. They're going viral of him like in the courtroom with his ass beat, a picture of his face. I think it's just so funny to see that the boxing community is like united against Devin Haney, even though maybe he's in the right.
Yeah, this whole entire spiel. I mean, he's I think the big thing comes from the fact that they're criticizing like the dog of Devin Haney, and the aspect of like the heart, because like for example, if you look at when Deontay Wilder fought Tyson Fury during the rematch or after the rematch, it was an ass whooping too. And Deontay Wilder was so fed up. He even took it to court because Tyson Fury was like,
no, like,
or what?
Huh?
Because of the glove incident?
Well, the glove was one thing, but also they were legally bound by contract for trilogy. But then, you know, the ass whooping in the second fight. And then Fury was like, No, I already. Why would I give you a trilogy if the second fight I just absolutely steamrolled you? But Deontay Wilder wanted his lick. You know, he's like, I wanna beat you. I wanna knock you out. And then the trilogy happened, and then Deontay Wilder got sparked out in the trilogy. But he went out on his shield. He didn't go on and complain online. Oh, he did. But he didn't go to court in the aspect of well, exactly what Devin Haney's trying to do in that aspect.
I think the main thing is just Devin Haney's being labeled a coward now. Because especially, I mean, we're in boxing and you settle your problems in the ring with the gloves on. But now Devin Haney has taken it outside of the ring and he's taking it legal. Now there's, going to be judges and there's court hearings and all this type of nonsense. So that's the main thing on the news. Devin Haney is a coward. But he did kind of get wronged, in the fight.
Yeah.
He fought a fighter that tested positive for PEDs. What is the community too critical on him?
I mean, it seems like they kind of are. I mean, I feel like people forget that, Ryan Garcia was on PEDs. But I feel like people say, oh, it was just Austrian. Austrian doesn't really give you that much of a boost, when it comes to steroid use and whatnot. But at the end of the day, you have to take into consideration that it is illegal to go into the ring like that.
Well, the thing is also, it's the fact that Devin Haney and his team agreed to the fight, regardless of the fact, because Ryan Garcia missed weight. That was the big first thing. He missed weight by 3 pounds. They didn't even try. But at the end of the day, it's up to him and his team to decide whether or not to accept the fight, to keep it going. And they said yeah, because they believed that Devin Haney was a way better fighter than Ryan Garcia. Hence why they saw him as not a legitimate threat, and that on fight night they were just going to beat him. So it didn't matter to them that Ryan Garcia went in overweight. They were really confident in the fact that Devin Haney was a better fighter. And I mean, the night of the fight, we saw what happened. Ryan Garcia steamrolled Devin Haney. So I don't think you can really I feel that's like a counterpoint to people saying, Ryan Garcia, are we too critical on Devin Haney because of the way he's been acting? I mean, yeah, we can be a little critical, but at the end of the day, they still accepted the fight, even after the whole missed weigh-in. So if they didn't want any of this hate to happen, then they could have just said, no, we're not going to accept the fight after Ryan Garcia missed weight the first time.
Yeah, I think I think that's true, because he went through with the fight and he didn't lose the fight. He just lost the fight so bad. Like, it was such a dominating performance from Ryan Garcia from the first round that, you can't even... Devin Haney, he's always like, oh, I lost the fight because, my opponent was taking PEDs. But then everyone is like, oh, did the PEDs allow you to land that left hook? Did it allow Garcia to land the left hook? Like, what's going on here? I feel like it's complicated, because if I was in Devin Haney's shoes, I mean, I would be pissed at Ryan Garcia as well. So, I wouldn't be a happy fighter. I do want to get my revenge on him. I just think he's doing it the wrong way. I don't believe the legal battle is the right way to go against Ryan Garcia. Yeah,
because what are they going to win if they win this lawsuit? They get money. Ryan Garcia's reputation goes further down the mud. But what does Devin Haney get a win? Does he get a win after this? Like, if he were to win in the battle, legal battle?
Yeah, because I don't even know how much money he's asking for, but it's not going to be like 20 million. It's not going to be 10 million.
I've heard it's going to be millions.
I'm guessing probably 3. Yeah, but he's a top prize fighter.
Yeah,
he can make that in his next fight against probably it's anybody. So it's I don't know. I just feel I don't really see the benefit in this lawsuit.
Well, people are saying, no, it's because of the financial gain that they would make for the rematch, because, like it or not, the rematch between Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney would be one of the most watched and one of the most lucrative rematches we've seen in modern day boxing. So the rematch would be a huge generation of money for both fighters, and a huge generation of interest from not just hardcore, traditional boxing fans, but also for the casuals, because this has stemmed into past boxing. It's stemmed into now just your regular social media, your regular streams of internet in that aspect. Because I'd be having some people come up to me saying, no, you see Ryan Garcia is getting sued. I'm like, yeah. How do you know that, man?
You don't follow boxing?
I see. I see on X pages who don't even cover sports talking about Devin Haney suing Ryan Garcia for the April fight. And so it's already stemmed past the whole boxing. It's going to gain a lot of interest from a lot of casuals if they were to have the rematch, which people are also saying, hey, that could be a big reason why Devin Haney's suing him, because he knows the financial gain and he doesn't care about the fact that people hate him. They've been hating on him for a long time. We talked about it a couple of days ago, that a lot of the hate stems from Lomachenko, the fight against him. So they've already had a bone to pick with Devin Haney, and this entire thing has just increased the hate. But he's been getting hated on for a while now, so I don't think he really cares about what the fans are going to think about him.
Yeah, and this is one thing as well. I mean, maybe I could see the storyline being spiced up with this lawsuit, right? Like Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, now for the rest of their careers and after they retire, their names are always going to be intertwined with each other. But do you think the rematch will happen?
I think so. I mean, I would be very surprised if it doesn't. Like, if we don't see it next year, maybe we can see it in 2 years. But it's gonna be so expected, because the first one was such a roller coaster of emotions. You know, you got the pre-fight, just Ryan Garcia coming into the press conferences with the white stallion horse. That's crazy. I don't think I've ever seen someone do that. Just the antics he was doing, thinking that he was crazy, a conspiracy theorist. The day of the weigh-in, I think he was drinking from a Corona bottle or a beer bottle, and then missing weight, and then just completely destroying Devin Haney, and then now, you know, the pet situation, and then now he's getting sued. Like, there's so much that both of these fighters have done to captivate the world almost. So I feel like it's almost bound to happen. I would be very much surprised if it doesn't.
Yeah, I hope it happens. I mean, they both are aware of the financial gain from it, and they know it would be a huge boost to both of their careers. I mean, Ryan Garcia, in my opinion, has no big intention of really being a legitimate world champion. And I think that's the mindset that a lot of fighters have nowadays. They say, oh, legacy can't feed my family. Legacy can't pay my bills, stuff like that. They're more inclined for lucrative money fights, prize fighting. And Ryan Garcia, I mean, he's also the guy who I see who took the big step of fighting Gervonta Davis. Yeah. And I think he's the one who kind of started bringing back the whole, why we ducking? Let's just fight. Let's get these big fights. So I feel like I'd be inclined to. I think Ryan Garcia would be inclined for a rematch. And if anything, even if you disregard the Peds situation, and maybe even the weigh-in, him going in heavy, it doesn't take away the fact that Ryan Garcia has one of the best left hooks in the game. And I believe he'd be really confident in the rematch again. So I think he would have more gain. If they were to fight, I'd give him the advantage. I think anyone would give Ryan Garcia the advantage over Devin Haney in the rematch. But I hope it gets done. But then again, you got to look at what Devin Haney and his team are going to do for the contract.
Exactly. And I think that's my biggest thing. This is going to be, if the rematch happens, of course, it's going to be so much money. It's going to be watched. The streams, it's going to be very, very good financially. But the negotiation sides of this fight are going to be through the roof. Yeah. So Devin Haney, you already know how he feels. He feels disrespected. He feels he got scammed. He fought against a dirty fighter. He's going to put so much stipulations, crazy stipulations in these contracts if he wants to fight Ryan Garcia. He's going to make it basically everything is going to be in his favor. Ryan Garcia is going to have nothing. And I don't know if I see Ryan Garcia even going with that as well. He'd really, really want to clear his name, I suppose, to fight Devin Haney and to just agree with that. But I can't see that happening.
I mean, I do see it because it's going to be so much money. When the saying money talks, it's going to apply to him because it's going to be just so much money. He'd be dumb to not take that fight.
The thing is also... maybe not clear his name, but to make a point, because there's still a lot of people who would say, yeah, he missed weight and this and that, but people would say, oh, it's the Peds, this and that. And I feel, I don't know, personally for me, if I were to win and then people said, oh, you didn't beat him at his best or you did something that gave you an unfair advantage, I don't know. For me, it rub off like it rubbed me off in a bad way, and I'd be like, yo, okay, I want to prove that I can beat him fair and square. So I don't know if Ryan Garcia has that mentality, but I feel if the fight does happen with Devin Haney making those stipulations, those very strict agreements on the contract, Ryan Garcia really wants to prove, hey, it's not the peds, it wasn't even the missed weight, I'm just a better fighter than you, then he would accept it, no?
I don't think so. I feel like his mentality is that he just doesn't give a fuck. I mean, ever since he got suspended from the sport, he didn't go on video and be like, I apologize for my actions. he went on Twitter and made racist remarks. He doubled down. He doubled down. He's gambling, drinking and gambling, and he's doing all that, being a hooligan.
Yeah, and then another thing as well, he kind of like he won, even like psychologically, this fight against Devin Haney, because okay, technically now he didn't win, right? It was overturned. It's a no contest, if I'm correct here, right? So it's a no contest. No one actually won. But everyone sides with Ryan Garcia. You know, there are some people, of course, that still hate on him because, you know, he's a bit of a strange individual. But, like, bro, the overwhelming consensus is that Ryan Garcia is better and Devin Haney sucks and got hit by a left hook. Devin Haney needs the fight more than Ryan Garcia. Devin Haney needs the rematch more than Ryan Garcia. But he's also going to want to make it super strict on Ryan Garcia. So how is that going to, I feel like the negotiations are just going to be so off. Like, they're so out of nowhere. So I just feel this fight is probably going to, if they do end up rematching, which is possible, of course, it's probably going to be like in a couple of years or something. If both of them are able to stay at the top, you know, of the divisions, like when Ryan Garcia comes back, he's able to continue to win. If Devin Haney comes back, he's going to continue to win. I think maybe then.
Okay, you know, we're talking about the rematch, but we're not talking about Devin Haney's next fight. How is he going to look after the whooping? Because everyone, I mean, it's been kind of showing proof that he is chinny. He can get dropped. He can get hurt. And how's that whooping that Ryan Garcia gave him? How's that going to affect him psychologically and also physically?
Yeah, I think the main thing is psychologically damaged. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So let's see how his body reacts to his next fight. Let's see if he's even able still to be the same Devin Haney who fought against Lomachenko or who's coming up. You know, not the Devin Haney who. Like, I don't want Devin Haney to look like he got out of a car crash in his next fight, man. That's all I'm saying. Because then, if Devin Haney does not look good in his next fight, then he can just kiss the Ryan Garcia rematch goodbye. Because Ryan Garcia is a bigger, more lucrative name than Devin Haney. And Ryan Garcia, like you said, he doesn't need Devin Haney. He could literally fight. Once he comes back from his suspension, he could fight and he could generate a good amount of money because of his name. He can also sell out. And he's also a huge name now in boxing because of the entire antics that he did to the lead up of the first fight. So, yeah, Devin Haney, he's obligated to continue winning and looking impressive in order to at least be able to get that rematch against Ryan Garcia. Because if it's true that Ryan Garcia doesn't really care, like he doesn't really need it, and it's Devin Haney that needs the rematch, then Devin Haney needs to be the one who's winning.
Exactly. That's very plausible that Devin Haney doesn't come back the same. We still haven't seen it. So I feel like there's so much unknown variables to this rematch being made. If I were a betting man, I'd place a lot of money that this rematch isn't going to be made.
Yeah. There's still that question, you know, how's Devin Haney going to come back, you know, from a devastating no contest fight like that. But, you know, there's one thing that you said that Devin Haney needs this fight more than Ryan Garcia. I think that is very true. I think Ryan Garcia can make another millions and millions of dollars fighting someone else, like maybe even a nobody, a guy who isn't really well known throughout like just the public or whatever. Devin Haney does need to continue on to defend his belt, go up against these guys who are maybe...
Well, he's not even champion.
He's not champion?
No.
Oh, what the heck? I thought he was champion.
No, it's the guy Puello, I think, or Pollos?
Puellos,
right? Puellos, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he just got demoted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or I think he's champion in recess.
Yeah,
maybe.
something like that. Yeah, he's gonna get demoted.
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like Devin Haney does need this rematch with Ryan Garcia more than Ryan needs it with Devin Haney. And it's really hard because I think he's really trying to change the. I think there's a saying within court, the court of public opinion, and the court of public opinion, which is the people. They don't care that Ryan Garcia was on Peds or whatever. They just assume that Devin Haney is inferior to Ryan Garcia, and so I really think Devin Haney really wants his rematch to try to change their perception, their the way they view him.
And with this lawsuit as well, I mean, this shit could take like 2 years. Like these lawsuits take a long time, you know. Especially, and I don't think Ryan Garcia is just gonna roll over with no defense and just be like, "Oh yeah, I'll just pay whatever." No, he's gonna fight it, you know. So it's gonna take forever for this to even conclude. Like, how long are we talking about here? You know, are people really gonna care? Are they gonna follow the court hearings and everything that's happening in 2 years? No. So I feel like it's just a stupid move, honestly.
Well, now that Devin Haney is suing Ryan Garcia, I wonder did Oscar make a clapback Thursday on Devin Haney about it, or did he? I don't think they've even.
No, I feel like
spoken about it.
No, I think the lawsuit was filed. I think the day after Thursday or something. I think it was Friday.
And also, but I did see a video of Bill Haney, which is the father of Devin, saying that he was also going to go after Golden Boy and Oscar De La Hoya.
Well, apparently, so I watched that video, and apparently he said that Ryan was penalized financially, and so $1 million was taken away from Ryan Garcia's purse and was given to Golden Boy and Oscar De La Hoya. So he was like, why was his promoter given the money that he was penalized for? Like, shouldn't that been given to us?
But is he going to include that in the lawsuit? So they're going against everybody. It's Devin Haney and his dad against the whole boxing community, bro. And they are not going to win.
Yeah. Hey, what are your thoughts about Bill Haney? I saw a lot of people saying that, I know Bill Haney didn't have the best upbringing or whatever. I know he spent some time behind bars or whatever. A lot of people were, and the only reason I bring this up was because he's kind of like maintained that status of being a street guy. And a lot of people were like, how can you be a street guy and trying to sue someone in the legal battle?
Handle it with like men with fists or some bullshit like that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's always been this narrative with Devin and his father that Bill Haney is like a pimp. He pimps out his son and like he uses him and manipulates him. I mean, I think they take it a bit to the extreme. Bill Haney, I think, is just a very extroverted person. He kind of just says what the hell's on his mind. And I'm sure Devin Haney probably feels 90% of the time, 80% of the time, he feels the same thing his dad says, but maybe he just doesn't say it. So then it's like it's Bill Haney that's the one that's speaking out kind of for both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw I think Bill Haney called Devin Haney the face of boxing at one point also during the interview. So people were coming at him for saying such a for giving Devin Haney a title like that, because that's crazy. But regardless, this entire week it's been on X. It's been very crazy in the aspect that Ryan Garcia is getting sued. I mean, Ryan Garcia already responded to it instantly because Ryan Garcia he's a pretty active individual on Twitter.
He's got great Twitter fingers.
He does, man. He can't really do anything. Yeah. He's suspended. So yes, he already spoke about it. I don't believe Golden Boy or even Oscar have responded or addressed the situation, and I'm not sure when they will. They probably will sometime this coming week. But yeah, it's a big deal. A lot of people are criticizing Devin Haney's move for suing Ryan Garcia, and I'm just really interested to see how it plays out. Maybe not in the court wise, but how it plays out in the storyline, because I believe the storyline is super good. I think it's one of the best ones in boxing, man. It's one of the most controversial ones, and it's one that, like I said, a lot of casual people will be tuning in if the rematch ever happens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, now it's gonna be on site.
Oh yeah.
Whenever the families see each other, it's on site.
Probably, man. Also, there was also a clip of an old sparring session between Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. And it was only like a minute and a half, 2 minutes probably. But it's an old one. I think they were like either an amateur still or it was early on in their pros. But from the clip, I mean, it's a very short clip, but Ryan Garcia was, walking down Devin Haney. It was kind of a little messy, but it looked like Ryan Garcia is more, if you had the evaluation bar on chess, it'd be favoring Ryan Garcia more.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then people were saying, oh, Ryan Garcia's been beating his ass. Devin Haney's just butthurt about it.
Yeah, I did see that clip going around. I'm pretty sure that it was when they were amateurs because they looked really young. And yeah, he was basically just walking him down like crazy. I was like, oh, maybe.
Yeah. Well, you guys have any other comments to say about the Devin Haney lawsuit on Ryan Garcia?
What do you guys think? Do you guys believe? Well, I guess we kind of already stated it, but like, I mean, you haven't really said your opinion, but like, what do you think about Devin Haney going long and suing Ryan Garcia?
Oh, what do you mean?
Like, do you think that's the best option for him?
Well, at first I thought he was trying to. I feel his game plan now is just to ruin Ryan Garcia financially and just to ruin his reputation to the public. And I feel that's the main thing. Also, it stems from him being hurt. His pride is very hurt from the whole fight, and it's clear that he probably will never recover from that fight psychologically. And if he doesn't, then it's going to play a huge factor in the rest of his career. But regardless, yeah, I do think I thought about it. I thought maybe this might be the right move for him in the aspect that he doesn't really care about what people say about him anymore. They always be hating on him, and also it gives them a lot more fuel into the fire for the rematch, more money. But then as I kept thinking about it, over the weekend, I was like, maybe this was not the best move for him because now he's forever gonna be a villain in boxing, and he could win championships. He could maybe even become undisputed at one point. But I feel at this point it doesn't matter what Devin Haney accomplishes in boxing. He's always going to have that group of people who are going to absolutely hate him and always going to bring up what happened in that April fight between him and Ryan Garcia. So it's going to be a very big taint in his career that sadly he's probably never going to get past.
Oh yeah, Haney is trying his best to ruin Ryan Garcia's reputation, but by his own actions, he's ruined his own reputation. So now he's just going to be everyone's just going to clown on him. They're going to call him a loser. They might even call him a cheater. A person who sues. They're going to call him all sorts of names. So it's kind of ironic that his own reputation is getting destroyed.
Yeah, for me, funny enough, I was like the opposite. At first, I was like, this doesn't seem like the best move for the Devin Haney or for the Haneys to do. Suing another fighter like that. But as I took some time to kind of like process everything, this past weekend, I figured, why not? He keeps Devin Haney always gets hate online. He's just kind of used to it at this point. I feel like when I just isolate the fact that Ryan Garcia did come in with steroid use in his body, I figured, maybe there's some grounds to that. So I'm not mad. I'm not really mad about it.
Well, I don't even like Ryan Garcia either. So, yeah, I'm just like, because a lot of people just shit on Devin Haney because they like Ryan Garcia. Mm-hmm. And also I think that's also a big factor of the hate that Devin Haney gets because people are just, I don't know, they give Ryan Garcia a lot of, what's the word? A lot of, like, slack for his actions, because before the fight, even after the fight, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Ryan Garcia's character. So, but people, they find it hilarious. They find them very funny. And then they just don't like Devin Haney. So I think it's a mixture of all those things combined, which fuels the hatred more towards Devin Haney.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's my thoughts about that. You guys got anything else to say about that? No? All right. Well, let us know what you guys think about the whole entire Devin Haney suing Ryan Garcia this past weekend. Now, we're going to switch over to the influencer side. And let's just say the influencer boxing, I've realized, has been getting a lot of hate on. It always gets hate. But recently, one of the big things they've been criticizing is influencer boxing is dying. And they're saying it's dying because, we get a bunch of kind of random people who end up being on the cards, and you're like who are these people, right? For the common, I can see what Mams Taylor and Misfits are trying to do when they do that, but a lot of people don't. They're like, yeah, we're not gonna pay to watch these two like nobodies fight each other. Which is why a couple weeks back, like 2 or 3 weeks ago, it was announced the rebirth of influencer boxing. It's like a phoenix from the ashes. It just emerged from the ashes. We finally got, I think, one of the biggest, most anticipated fights in influencer boxing. AnesonGib as he takes on Slim, the Hitman. What are you guys' thoughts about that fight?
Yeah, I mean, it's a long time coming. Like, it's been a couple years since there's been potential matchup to, match these guys up. So I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be a good fight. Both of them, I think for Slim, finally, he's getting a big name, which is, I think, his main thing. He wanted KSI. He wanted he wants these big money fights. And I think AnesonGib is a big money fight for him, and a lot of people are happy. So, I'm excited for this fight. This is a good fight.
I think it's a good fight too. In regards to that comment, people saying that influencer boxing is dead. I don't think that's the case. I especially since last year, I feel like a lot of people. Before I even get into that, I feel like a lot of people are saying that was because the original people that kind of started the whole influencer boxing movement are kind of not really fighting all that often, or they're maybe going away. Deji probably retired already. Jake Paul seems to be going through the traditional boxing route. KSI is doing his own thing. He has a whole bunch of
He's doing a thing now with Mr. Beast and Logan Paul.
Yeah.
That's been criticized.
Businessman, man. Yeah. Businessman. Making money, like that.
Yeah, he has so much on his plate, so he's not really focused on influencer boxing anymore. Logan Paul, he's a wrestler now. And he's also a businessman. He's also doing other things as well, like with the whole Lunchable things that he's doing with KSI and Mr. Beast. But I feel like because of last year, their what was it? Prime card. Yeah, it was such a huge fight. A whole bunch of people tuned in. They were able to get Dylan Dennis was on there, although he didn't perform the best. But that for me signified me that Misfits boxing or influencer boxing is going to stay for sure. So yes, now I know this year we get cards with a lot of guys who are headline that aren't too. A lot of people don't know them, and especially on the undercard, it's a whole bunch of people who are making their debut in boxing and whatnot. But it's still very exciting seeing two guys who don't know how to fight and then putting them in the ring and going, okay, let's see who can win.
Yeah,
it's so entertaining. I know it's not like the most you're not gonna see some 150 IQ boxing skills in the ring or whatever, but you're still gonna be entertained, and I think I really like that. In regards to this fight, this is a really big fight for influencer boxing, Misfit, Slim and Aneson. I think it's really good just for influencer boxing in general. I think it's kind of like a 50-50 fight. I don't even know who I would go for. I'm not even sure where my pendulum sways to.
Yeah, because I agree, 50-50 fight. Because you got to look at the factors that the things that these two fighters be bringing. I mean, you look at Gib, the more experienced fighter. He's been fighting since 2018, so he's been in the YouTube scene for a long time. He's what you would consider an OG in YouTube boxing, and also his resume. I mean, yes, the big L that he took against Jake Paul. Yes, it happened.
Oh, that was horrible.
But that was it's a bad and terrible one. But since that loss to Jake Paul, I mean, he's won every single time. Yeah. And the thing with Gib though, he's very unorthodox. Everyone always shits on his style, his technique. He's not the most fluid fighter. You won't see a Ricardo Lopez in there when you watch AnesonGib.
Yeah, I think they call it a crab stance.
Yeah, the hermit or something like that. Yeah. So they're always criticizing his style, but Gib, he is chinny. He's been dropped multiple times, even against McBroom. And then he got hurt against McBroom in the second fight too. But he has cardio, man. That man works. He's a workhorse, man. He's got the stamina. He works hard. You can clearly tell his body transformation throughout the years. It's evident that he's a hard worker in the gym.
It almost seems like he has 3 lungs.
Yeah, exactly. So supposedly this fight is scheduled to be an 8-rounder.
Wow.
And if it's an 8-rounder, it benefits Gib more. But it only benefits him if he doesn't get connected on by Slim, who's shown that he does have power in that right hand. I mean, he's knocked out nearly every single one of his opponents. The only one who survived was Ryan Taylor. He's coming off from beating Salt Poppy last year, and that was a big upset fight, and one that he dropped Salt Poppy once and then stopped him. So Slim has power. The only issue is he's also not the very best technical boxer in the scene, and also his cardio is very, very questionable. And he's also, I think he's a little, I think he gets a little anxious before his fights.
Yeah.
He gets a little anxious. So this fight, it could go anyway, man.
Well, I actually don't agree. I actually believe that Slim is a pretty decent favorite in this fight. Now, this is just me. I just think you say Slim is anxious, and I think that is true. I think especially in the Salt Poppy fight, he got pretty anxious. Yeah. But I could also say the same thing about Gib. Gib got super scared against Jake Paul. I think that's one of the reasons why he performed so bad. He just got super nervous, and I think this is a big threat to him. Slim is a big threat. He has a lot of power, and I think Gib is gonna feel a little bit of butterflies when he gets outside in the ring, and I just don't see his chin holding up. That's the main thing I'd say. I just don't see his chin holding up to Slim. I think Slim is definitely gonna land. Gib is there to be hit. Yeah. He's not a slick boxer. He's gonna be planted right there. He's gonna try to go forward. That's perfect for Slim. He's gonna want to whack him with that right hand. So I actually I'd give it like a 70-30 to Slim.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I think that's a bit. I think 70-30 is a huge.
Yeah. It's a bit mod.
What the turned British?
A bit mod. Well, were you gonna say something?
No.
Okay. I was gonna say because that's 70-30 is crazy, but that's true though. That fact that Gib is there to be hit. I don't think I've seen, besides maybe the Ryan Taylor fight, or not the Ryan Taylor, the Taylor Holder fight. Every single fight he's been in, he always gets hit with something. I mean, McBroom dropped him. He hurt him in the second fight. Jarvis did some good work. He never really had Gib in any trouble, but he did bring some. He was there to fight. But the thing also was Gib that I think I favor Gib over Slim in the fight. Yeah, I do favor. I like Slim too, but I favor Gib. But I would give Gib the advantage also because not only the cardio, but his punch selection. He's a good body snatcher. He does a good job when he gets you in the rope. He does a good job working. And Slim, he's really questionable in his cardio, and also I don't have a lot of faith in him dealing with a fighter who's capable of going up and going down, working the head and working the body, and that's what Gib does. And Slim, he's like I say, he's not the very best boxer either. And against Salt Poppy, he was on the ropes a lot. And Slim and AnesonGib, he's gonna go pressure him, and for sure he's gonna have him in the ropes. And I think that's where we're gonna see the very best of Gib when he has him on the ropes. And so that's why I favor Gib slightly over. I gave it like a 55-45 for AnesonGib, but it's a very close fight.
Yeah, I think one thing also. Okay, what about this Salt Poppy? Do you believe that is the best opponent from both fighters? Do you believe Gib has beaten a fighter at the caliber of Salt Poppy?
Well, that's a good question too, because you also got when he was gonna fight Taylor Holder, Gib, everyone was glazing Taylor Holder. It was even the commentators during the fight.
It was bad.
They were saying, "Oh, he looks like a real professional fighter."
And what did he have? Like a Philly shell that didn't work.
And he was being trained by Ryan Garcia's father. Sean Garcia was there in the corner too. And then Gib wiped the floor with him. And then also you had McBroom who was coming off from that same event, stopping Bryce Hall. I mean, McBroom had a huge clout to his name, a lot of credibility, and then Gib wipes him out. He drops him like 5 times and then stops him. The thing is, Salt Poppy is an interesting one because the hype that he had also, it's like these other like Taylor Holder or McBroom. Yes, he had a lot of hype going into him, but then once he got put against Anthony Taylor, he lost, and then when he got put against Slim, he lost again. So with Salt Poppy that big of a credible name to have, is it better than every single name in Gibbs' resume?
I mean, comparing it to Gibbs, I think so. I think maybe a lot of people obviously were swayed by the hype that all three fighters have. Yeah. I remember in the Social Gloves. Yeah, I remember Taylor Holder was getting gassed. I remember after that the Social Gloves, McBroom was also getting gassed like crazy because he beat up Bryce Hall. But it was Bryce Hall's debut. Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of guys give credit to these guys because, you know, they beat some debut guys. Okay, cool. But if you look at their skill, I never thought they were that skilled. I think definitely Saul Poppy was more skilled than Taylor Holder or McBroom. So I think the most skilled fighter that either fighter has fought has been Slim, and he knocked him out.
That is true. Also, Face Temper. That was a good on the 2-week notice.
Mm-hmm, yeah,
that's a really good name in his resume too. Even though Face Temper now retired and he didn't have the very best influencer career. Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, I really do think that within the opponent selection for these two fighters, Slim has fought better opposition. I do believe so. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, styles make fights. And, you know, Slim does not like to be on the back foot. He doesn't seem to fight that well on the back foot. Gib, it looks like he does. It looks like he has the lungs of a horse because he does not stop going forward. He does not stop throwing punches. It's really hard to stop that man. And the fact that he's so unorthodox, he's so all up in the opponent, and just continue to break the opponent down. He's always thinking of long-term fight and, you know, just going out all the distance. And Slim just wants to try to get you out. Yeah, with one punch.
Yeah, definitely. I think the main thing, it is an interesting stylistic matchup because it's kind of like Gib doesn't really have power like that. No. He's not explosive, but he's very durable. Not durable, but he's long term. He can go
very consistent.
Go. Keep on pushing. Whereas Slim is a different type of fighter. He kind of has the touch of death. But once he gets tired, I mean, he is gassed. Yeah. Remember against Ryan Taylor. Yeah. He couldn't knock him out. And then in the later rounds, bro, he was exhausted. Like he was
getting whooped. He was getting whooped.
Yeah. Like, so I think that's the biggest advantage that Gib has. He has to make it outside of the first 3 rounds. That's like, he has to be as tight, sharp in there, and he can't let Slim land one of those right hands while he still has a ton of energy because I don't think he's going to be able to take that shot.
Also, the thing is, Slim, he's not very good at dealing with aggressive fighters. Mm-hmm. I mean, you look at Ryan Taylor, who just pressed him. Ryan Taylor has no big, not much boxing IQ, not much skills, but he was just very aggressive and just went at him. Of course, Ryan Taylor, I guess you could make the argument that Slim was fighting at a higher weight class during that time, and so he was fighting against bigger guys, also like against Zanetti. So he did struggle a bit more because maybe perhaps they were big. But if you go look at the Saul Poppy fight, Saul Poppy just pressured him too, and he had Slim on the back ropes multiple times throughout the first 3 rounds before he exploded into life in like the 4th round. But yeah, you made a comment earlier saying you thought that Slim had a better resume. I don't know, man. That's crazy. I think Gib has the better resume because if you look at Slim, he beat Fuzi, right? And
okay, come on.
Well, I mean, it's true. I mean,
okay.
If you the best one, the former pound for pound, bro. He beat Fuzi, okay. Yeah. And then he beat and then they production. Yeah. And then a production, he outweighed and a production by like 30 pounds. It was a huge mismatch. And then he fought this other dude, I forgot, but he delivered a good knockout on him. I remember that knockout. And that's when he fought Temper, and he fought a debut Zanetti, and then not a debut Ryan Taylor, but he fought Ryan Taylor, and then he fought, who else did he fight? I believe he fought Saul Poppy then afterwards. But then you look at Gibbs' resume. I mean, he has Jay Swingler. He has Max Plays. This is back in like 2018 stuff. And then he fought Jake Paul. He lost. Taylor Holder, 2 times Austin McBroom, and now Jarvis. That's a pretty decent resume he has.
Yeah, now Jarvis is in Mexico doing his boxing debut, or going that route.
The thing is, Jarvis is also supposedly scheduled to fight on the super card in Qatar and Dubai, whatever it is, against remember, I think Ben Williams.
Oh yeah.
That's like a big make-up fight also at the moment. So
who's that guy? Ben.
He fought recently on the recent. He's like an Irish guy. His fight was literally like a back and forth, and then like it got stopped. It was a bad stoppage by the ref. But
yes, I remember now.
Yeah, it's a huge controversy. But no, yeah, I just believe Gibbs' resume is a lot better than Slim's. Even though Slim, he does have good names, Salt Poppy, Face Temper. I'll give him credit for those. But if you look at the entire list compared to Gibbs, I don't think that you can compare it.
Perhaps I believe it's more consistent than Slim's, but maybe the peak is higher for Slim.
That is true. I could give that. Yeah. But does that make it better than?
Yeah, perhaps. Yeah, I guess you can make an argument for both ways, right? Like, it's a bit difficult. No, I'm not sure. Yeah,
it's hard, but we finally get the big fight. Yeah, Slim has been asking for it for years, and then they always, Gib would say, like you're nobody. He literally told me you're nobody. I mean, I'm not gonna bother with you. You fought against Fuzi, bro. Come on.
Fuzi's crazy.
Yeah, but well, now we got the big fight supposedly on the Qatar, on the Super Misfits card, and supposedly there's a lot of big fights on that card, so it's gonna be like a Prime 2, I guess, a super big stack card. Also, there's rumors of King Kenny taking on Salt Poppy. So that's another big fight there too. So, but the big one right now for sure, 100%, is the return of AnesonGib, as he's set to fight Slim sometime in the future.
And I think kind of circling all the way back to when you first started, a lot of people when people say, "Oh, influencer boxing is dying," what I believe they're in their mind, what they're thinking is that there hasn't been like a prime card since last October. That's what they're thinking.
Like no big name headline like
exactly.
that. Yeah.
Okay, we got Elle Brooke headlining a card, and then she's a good name, but like she's not anything insane. We also had those two, a footballer and the guy from England, that headlined. Those are headlining ones that some people know, especially in those regions. But it's not a superstar like KSI, Logan Paul, all these type of guys. And I think that's what they're referring to. This fight in Qatar, this Prime Card 2, is going to like answer that question that, Misfits can still build these amazing cards where our two favorite influencers are fighting each other, and it's actually a really, really good fight.
That is true. Yeah, I mean, it's because they say, "Oh, look who's gonna." You also look at the events; they're empty. They're not really full at all, and especially if they're in the U.S. The U.S. cards they're always terrible.
Especially in Tennessee, no?
Even any place in the U.S. They don't really sell much tickets, but over in the UK, over there, they always have a good amount of fans watching. So they have a bigger fan base over in the UK, which is fair, but. Yeah, a lot of people were criticizing because, you get like Elle Brooke, you get like a bunch of headliners, some maybe good fights, but you're not really going to know them unless you're actually paying attention to the scene. And, I mean, we do know some of them. I don't know all of them because some of them are just like, who's this, man? I mean, I don't know him. And if I don't know him like that, I mean, anyone else who sees it, they're going to be like, bruh, who's fighting? Yeah,
because basically, I mean, I kind of just treat this influencer thing just kind of like an amateur show. Kind of how you were saying that, like, these guys don't have 150 IQ in the ring, but it's still interesting to watch the fight. Yeah, you could. I used to love going to amateur shows and just watching the kids fight. Like it is entertaining. It's fun. There's a place. There's a place for it. But I feel if they also have to have some of these cards as well, where there's actual big names and they can actually create a really big atmosphere where Slim is in there, Salt Poppy, Gib, all these guys, these big names are actually fighting under one card.
Well, we'll see when they formally announce the fight, and we'll see when they formally announce the very anticipated Qatar, Dubai, whatever, Misfits event. So you guys got anything else you guys want to say about the event? No? All right. Well, let us know down below who wins between Gib as he takes on the Hitman. Also, let us know about your thoughts about the Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney lawsuit. Is Devin Haney further ruining his reputation? Is he gonna win the lawsuit? Let's be honest and be honest with us. Let us know down below in the comment section. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on all forms of social media. We are on X, TikTok, and Instagram. Everything that I mentioned is in the link in the description below. Also, last thing, don't forget to join our Discord. Our server is there. It's free to join. The best way to get into contact with us is by Discord. So if you guys want to ask us questions, if you guys want to know what's going on, just join the server and we'll be sure to respond to you guys. But this was Pablo and I was Asan Rulo, and this was the Last Round Podcast. Thank you for watching.